I am going to weld on a fuel tank. Actually, I did do this once before in my past and I'm still alive, so what could possibly go wrong? That scared me.
You wouldn't make this work on a gas tank.
No, I'd never try that.
Well, there's nothing like starting off a Monday with a breakdown. We had reports that this truck came home last Friday and she had a terrible shimmy to it, and now it won't move and there's oil all over the ground. So Chris, what do you do?
Ran one park.
So we're gonna offload it and see what we think. We have some mass rear end failure.
You wouldn't believe the banging and popping that happened in there. I didn't drive very far either.
Oh, all right, I'll go pull some pit covers so we can offload. So what happened, I guess, on Friday was he got loaded here. He started going to town, got 2 miles away. Truck started shaking really bad. So he said, oh, no way, I'm turning around, came back, and he got in a different truck because no one was around, because it was actually my wedding day. So no one was here, so he took a different truck. Well, now we're seeing what we have all destroyed today. All right, we got her offloaded. We're gonna go unhook this trailer in the shed. We definitely got some mass rear end failure. The clunking sound and feeling in the truck is not smooth. Not totally satisfied with this problem. Actually very sad about this. This is supposed to be our nice truck. But nonetheless, she's broke, so we're gonna unhook it. We aren't hauling very much. Basically what we're doing actually is just keeping the bend site moving, getting the tops off. There was some hot, just the peak, the nipple needed to be hauled out of a couple of bends, so we're just moving some corn. We'll probably move some around within the bend site too. Just keep it moving, try to haul, or we're trying to do better than last year and just move some every month until our contracts are due, just so that we avoid trouble. Ooh, she's skipping cogs. We're gonna have to lock her in here. Oof. So this thing hauled what, 4 or 5 loads after harvest, and then blows its rear end up. We barely made it.
Maybe it was somebody that was hauling rock.
Yeah, we did haul some gravel with it.
Brody?
Brody's fault.
Brody.
Well, we had Chris walk beside, and there's a lot of clunking sounds coming out of it, so we called our shop, and we gotta either figure out how we're gonna get it down there, or maybe a towing company will tow it there for us, because the shop said do not drive that truck like more than you have to. Like, do not drive it 20 miles to town, because if something lets loose in there, gets bound, it's gonna create a lot of other issues. So next project for the day. I found our next project.
Yeah, projects coming up left and right here.
You want to tell them what the issue is here?
I think they can see the issue.
Air is never a good thing. Leaking.
So this is our fuel tank. I believe it holds 245 gallons. Sits in the back of the service truck here. We have the 175 gallon tank, and then that tank that's on the ground sits up in there. And it started leaking this fall, so we actually quit using it. Now we see that the weld has given up.
Not the bottom.
Severe crackages on the weld.
What's the rules with welding on a fuel tank? Brody says just don't burn through. I'm gonna turn the welder up hot.
Yeah, I'll be sitting over here.
Ah! I know we've had these out before and welded on it. Whoever welded them up did not penetrate properly, so junk. Junk, right here.
This is a nice honeymoon for you.
I know, isn't it? Welcome back to work. Here you go. Here's all the junk to work on.
Yeah.
Are you ready for this? Hey, you got a new lens for it finally.
I can see so well.
That's about time.
Each side too.
We got our money's worth out of that last lens.
Yeah, I don't know who destroyed that thing.
About 5 years of welding.
Well,
You had new ones sitting right over
to be honest,
Nice.
this is actually the third one. Just put one in, and it got scratched.
the white ball.
White ball.
Oh my.
So that one lasted about 2 minutes, and now it's on its third.
Well, then we didn't get our money's worth out of it.
We're learning.
What we
We're
saved,
learning.
we
They're only
destroyed.
like 20 cents.
Okay,
Or he destroyed it.
I am gonna weld on a fuel tank. Actually, I did do this once before in my past, and I'm still alive, so what could possibly go wrong? That scared me.
You wouldn't make this work on a gas tank.
No, I'd never try that. Whoa, we're halfway.
I really like that flinch.
Well, did you? Yeah. Although it was sucking in, which is better than coming out.
I will say, Eric, your weld's a little bit better than the previous guy.
Do we know who that was?
Well, I think this was Duggo patching the last cracked hole. This is just what it was originally.
That was probably the 110 welder.
I feel that could be. I feel like we should double enforce this whole thing because I don't like reoccurring projects.
Oh, we haven't blown up yet.
Well, we've decided to try to get her up on our little low boy and haul it to town rather than tear apart the rear end here and all of that. So let's see. Well, that's a thought now. Let's hope it'll fit. She's in auto, so she's kind of an all or nothing operation here. Woo! We might have to go away to the back. That's sketchy, I'm not gonna lie. Back up just a little. Yep. Well, this trailer's a lot smaller than the one it came on. I'll tell you that. But we got her. This is a new experience. New experience. I've never hauled a semi before on a lowboy. Well, we're loaded up, ready to go. How's your weld job?
Got her done.
He's welded everything. All sides.
Yeah.
You might as well just keep going.
I checked every other edge. If it leaks, I did not see it. I went through a whole spray bottle of soap, so.
Well, very well. Hopefully it'll never leak again. Big Swede proof.
Yeah.
What's going on? You blow her up yet?
No,
Is she
I
bigger?
think we're better than ever now.
Holy moly. You think you're going to give it the stamp? Is there a warranty?
I'm gonna put the stamp on the side that is hidden, so when it does start leaking, no one can see it.
All right, off to town we go. We got her strapped down good. 4 points of strappage. And we're bringing the tractor to lower the trailer. And then I'm taking this tractor actually to Mitch's place because it's got a front seal that's leaking and a fuel pump issue. So it ain't all bad. We're gonna Gonna get a lot of stuff done with one unfortunate problem. It's a first. This is a first. I've never done this before. Did I overdo that one?
It's snug and it's very wedged.
Come on, Chris!
Trying not to pinch the fingers, trying not to scratch the aluminum.
I hate these type of binders.
It's very snug.
Perfect! Nothing to it but to do it, I guess. It's here. It's here, guys. Hook it back up. Trailer's ready to go back home. She's hooked. I raised the trailer too much. There we go. So, actually, we literally just unloaded right here. There's our truck. This is my brother's place right here. And he just bought this last winter, early spring, this summer, something like that. There used to be a little, I don't know, some sort of shed that we're gonna pull the posts out that he's been asking for because lawnmowers don't really like stuff like this. So we're gonna see, since the tractor's here, if we can pull these out. Oh, that's nothing. Oh, that was nothing. Yeah, he's been asking for us to do this like all summer. It took like 5 minutes, but unfortunately we only found 5. There's supposed to be one right here, but non-existent, so I guess we're out of here.
Larson Landscaping?
I don't enjoy that job, but this was pretty easy. Now we need some lawn seed.
Remember some big hooks?
And summertime. Yeah, that whatever little fabric shed was here wasn't going anywhere with those in. They pulled out hard.
So I was welding and a little hot bead of molten metal hit my arm, and reflexes were to move my hand, and my knuckle went right into the welding bead that I had just done. So besides that, there was no injuries, no explosions. We've got it welded and painted, shining up the little turd that goes on the big turd that I shined up. We'll let the paint dry, maybe do another layer, and we'll put it back in. And Brody's doing hot laps around the pit. It's a Monday, after a wedding weekend. Out of motivation. Well, this is where things can go bad. Loading. I've got 2 1-inch straps. One is looped twice, so I've got 3 1-inch straps, which is essentially a 3-inch strap, which are like 30,000 pounds. So, should be fine, right? That math works. Carry the one. Let's see if we can't do this. Brody! He's always on the phone. Brody painted the caps yellow. That should match the truck. I did tighten the belt when we put a new belt on and tightened it, and I just heard it squeal there for the first time, so it's maybe getting broke in, and because it's been quiet every time we start it other times, so might have to retighten that now. There is nothing smooth about this. Woo! All right, to the left. Tank is leaking out. What? But I've bent something severely.
What happened?
That's the steel that's leaking out of the hole. You want to try to climb up there and take that down, slide the straps, and I'm not going to be near it?
Still leaking?
No. We're gonna clean this up.
I was on a business call.
Did you hang up?
Yeah, I did. But I think you were struggling.
So that little vent got bent, which the hammer will fix that. And then that slid the straps, and then the hole in that bottom part started leaking fuel. I'm gonna get a towel. Watch out, there's nothing smooth about it. That's the way it works. Okay, extending. That went smooth, so we need to make sure the hole lines up here. It's got to go backwards, right?
Backwards?
Oh, I think that'll work. That's about where it was. Okay, so he's undoing the straps. The tank is in, minimal damage. The leaking fuel came out of the hole that I'm about to put all that plumbing and piping back together on. I had to take that off to get the tank out. That was kind of scary. I don't like running this thing. It's got no cable. It's just got a boom extension. That is the only smooth part to this. Do you know which buttons do what?
This goes down and up, I found out.
Yeah, this is your retract. You got to sucker all the way in. That's not so jerky. Too bad we couldn't have that come straight up and down. That would have worked good. Do I need to paint it again? I seen you were stepping on my paint job. Yep, you can see the grunts. Yeah, go down and don't hit my head. Down and up. Yeah. And you set it in the little crate. Okay, I'm gonna go work on the plumbing. You got this?
Yeah, maybe.
That was stressful. I don't like that. Let's not do that again.
Well, I made it back. I dropped the tractor off at Mitch's so he can work on a front seal, and then I think there's something going on with the fuel pump on the 6420, so he dropped it at his place, and it's a busy unit today. Eric's gonna take skid loader out, follow up Dad. He's cleaning up some trees along edge of the field, so Eric's gonna take Kodiak. It's a high use unit. I'm gonna need one of those tree pullers. That one's actually Chris. He brought it up from Iowa when he was down there for Thanksgiving, was it? Anyways, he brought it up and we've been using it like a lot. All right, so my next project is, actually I've been working on it. I was inside of that. I've been inside all of these grain bins. Last week, end of last week, we and Eric were up there going around making sure there's no chunks that are gonna come down into the sumps. Like I said earlier, we are trying to haul some out of every bin. So I was just in that one, kind of shoveled around, made sure there was no rotten chunks, which there would have been if I wouldn't have broke it up. Most of our bins don't have that Ben Sump Pro. These two bigger ones at the end there, they do have it, so I'm not too worried about plugging those at all, actually. But all the other ones They all need bend sump throws, which we just didn't do. So we've all pretty much cored out of every single bend and got them under control, or not that they were out of control, but just kept them moving, get any warm spots out of the centers. This bend, we actually used our side draw here. So the side draw goes into the conveyor, then into the overhead. We did that rather than risking something plugging the center sump. I went up there, I looked in there. There is no reason that we can't core it out, which we want to do in case there's any FM or fines in there. That tends to get hot. The air can't flow through the bend properly. So long and the short of it is, I'm going to run this empty because this pipe sits full, and then I'm going to fire up the center and suck some out of it. Storing your own grain is, I mean, there's so many pluses to it, but it is not as easy as just putting it in there, and when you want to go haul it to town or sell it, start unloading it. I mean, you need to stay on the ball there, because if you have a bend go bad, I mean, it's like just throwing money out the window, because they're gonna dock it, they're gonna take it from you. We've never had the problem, but I've heard of nightmares where a bend goes so bad that no one will take it. And then what do you do? No, then you're in big trouble. So just making sure, and we're bad at that ourselves by being too lazy to climb up there and check them. This is the first year though that we have checked them before Christmas, and I'm very glad we did, because get ahead of any issues, keep it moving, keep it flowing, keep it all conditioned well. So if you're sitting in your house right now, tomorrow you go out, you check your grain bends, make sure there's nothing bad happening. So I got bend unloading 26. Let's go make sure everything starts up, and then open the gate up. Kind of a long walk. Okay, this is running. Intermediate sump, center hopper sump. We definitely want center hopper. We're gonna open that up, maybe about 3/4 of a turn. Now you can hear grain flowing. Now I go back to the shaft, make sure it is not pulling too many amps, and that we're gonna plug anything up. Make sure it's flowing properly here. All right, let's go back to the shaft. So you can walk here a lot faster than the grain will get to it, but basically we're watching this. Now, I don't want to go over 32 amps because the spout to the overhead bend is not sized to be able to pull like big boy amps it'll plug. Ooh, we're creeping up to 30, there's 32. 33. It's too much. It's too much. It's just too much. I'm gonna go back that down. 34. Not good, too many. Should've just went a little bit. You notice how I opened it up. Instead of 3/4 of a turn, I went a full turn. Too much. Yeah, that should be plenty good. So that new bend, if you watched last year, with that side draw that goes right into a conveyor, I really love that. Just gets a nice even blend. You don't ever get stung with any FM loads. It unloads nice. You don't have to worry about chunks. I love that. But for this situation, we're gonna pull that core out, just make sure there's no FM. As far as unloading the whole bend itself, we will most likely use that side draw feature, just because it takes less power and you don't have to wear your unload out. So if you're ever building a bend, do that, I suggest it. I got that tuned 29, I like that number. I should be able to walk away, should be. Are we good? Nothing's gonna plug? Where's my fill switch? We're in auto, we're good. Nothing's full. We're going to the overhead bend. He just took out a load. I should be able to walk away. The thing that I love about Chris is, I didn't tell him to do that. He's like, yeah, I was gonna pull it in and service the ripper, and then I seen how dirty it was, so I figured I'd just blow it all off. Good job, Chris. I love that. He didn't even know I was there. He'll be watching the video and be like, that sneaky bugger. And then there's Brody. Cleaning.
Orange is too big this corner.
You know, Chris is out blowing off equipment.
Yeah, I know. He told me he was doing that. I said, you're crazy.
That's more crazy than the time I did. What do you mean? It's pretty nice, though. She looks good, Brody. What?
Did I do good again?
You always do amazing. You always do so good. Brody clean. When are you gonna start detailing the inside of them?
Never have time.
He never has time. So this truck, we were gonna put it on the road, but then we realized that that probably isn't a good thing to go on the road.
100 miles.
I don't know what's wrong with this tire. This is, hey, look at his buddy here. He's not totally shocked that this one ate the whole center out. So strange how tires wear. So this is actually getting all new tires because these are like road tires and they do not handle rocks at all. Like they rock drill and it rock drills right into the cables, which I have a feeling is what started that. And then once it started, it just went to junk.
This tire's wearing too.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that this thing might need an alignment. Or the kingpin's shot on this too. Kenny's kingpins are shot.
Nice.
Yep. The truck repairs
Might as
this
well
year.
buy the tool.
The truck repairs this year are just unbelievable. It seems like it all comes in a wave. First, the quad tracks have an issue. Last season was the quad track issue. Or was it 2 seasons ago? There's nothing but trouble with the quads. Now this year, it's nothing but trouble with the trucks. It's what it is, I guess.
I do clean up after I'm done. Anybody's wondering?
Well, this is what we got into for the rest of the night. And this is where we're gonna end the project for the night. We got her all blocked up, tires off. Brody's doing some polishing. She's gonna look sharp when it's done. And 8 new tires. So, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe, give us a thumbs up, drop a comment if you would, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.